I'm single again. It's a couple of years ago. Last girlfriend was a bit too alternate. I want something just a bit more ordinary this time. And I mean ordinary in a positive sense. You know when you've been overseas and you have to eat at a restaurant every single night. It's good, it's nice, but you just want to come home, sit down at the table and just have your meat and 2 veg. Something ordinary, some sausages, potatoes, maybe a carrot. Because that's what you want. Now, that's what I mean by the positive ordinary. It's what you want, and it's what I wanted from my next partner. I catch up with a friend of mine called George, and I tell him, yep, single, yep, again. He sort of glazes over. He's heard this story so many times, and he says, "Look, Martin, I'm organising a party, and of course, because I'm organising the party, it's going to be a ripper. It's going to be big, and you're invited. Unfortunately, you can't afford it, so I'll pay for you, and we'll just pretend that you're going to pay me back with those huge graduate wages that you're going to earn next year if you ever finish uni." So I think, yeah, that's a good deal to me. It means I don't have to pay it ever. And it's a good deal for a couple of reasons, because George, he knows a lot of people. And I know that there'll be at least a couple of people there, maybe 3, that I'll find interesting. He's well connected. He's also the life of the party. Everybody knows George. They're loud, they're funny. You just walk them around and kind of like having like that, they just make it fun. He's also the ultimate wingman. He'll talk you up, he'll keep your seat warm, he'll protect the boundaries. And he's also got something about him that every wingman should have, but doesn't. He's gay. So he's super safe, he's never going to cut your grass. So the party's at a place called BAREFACED. It's a restaurant. I open the door, I walk in. The first thing I see is someone, a waitress opening champagne, real champagne, with a knife, and not in the, like this way, like this way. Just smashing the top of the bottle off. I mean, what the hell? BAREFACED is on my way almost to work. I've passed it thousands of times, never seen it. I walk in, I open the door, I see the waitress sort of destroying the Ricky's champagne, and I see the place is full. I've never heard of it. The place is full, but it's an expensive kind of full. It's like the full where everyone has a seat and they've got space for their elbows, but there aren't any spare seats around. George has sorted out the seating. He's to my right, and there's a girl called Amanda to my left. And wouldn't you know, she looks ordinary. I'm thinking my stars are aligned. We get talking. I've sort of done some travelling. She's done some travelling. She's changing career. I will eventually change career. And so there's a bit of a spark, and it's really good. The bill comes, the bill goes. George pays, which is nice. And then we head over to a nightclub. It's a fair walk actually. It's near MacGyver train station. As soon as I walk in, I'm parched. George hands me a beer. I think he knows that something's happening and he wants to sort of help it along. I'm just paralysed with nerves and anxiety. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I don't do it, even though I really want to. So the night progresses, but the only thing that progresses is time. Amanda leaves. I don't have a number. I didn't ask. There was an awkward goodbye. And I'm thinking, the story of my life. And I start feeling sorry for myself. And someone hands me another beer. And I can see drunkenness approaching. And I don't give a fuck. The core group of the parties remains at the nightclub. Everybody else has sort of gone home. It's really just the guys, and we're sort of dancing, but we're sort of, it's like a rugby scrum. And I just sort of feel something just on the side, just on my right jaw. I turn around and I see George's face and lips coming straight for me. There's not much I can do, it's like a steam train. And so I end up pashing George. This goes on for some time, so I have a bit of time to think. I like to analyse. And so I'm thinking, and I'm also thinking, it proves that men can do two things at once. I'm thinking, okay, this is a bit weird. I'm a little bit grossed out. That's probably a prejudice that I didn't know I had. So I'm going to be, the PC kind of guy that I am. I'm just going to see this as a compliment. I'm going to ignore the option that George may just feel sorry for me. I'm thinking, well, I'm kissing a guy. That's like the lesbian kiss almost. That's just been on TV recently. I'm pushing the boundaries. I'm a rebel. I'm being adventurous. All these stereotypes are going through my mind. So I realise when I'm looking across at, I've got a rather nervous look on my face when I'm looking across at the clerk at the Hyatt Hotel, and they're looking back at me with a, just get on with it, kind of face. I realise I'm going to have my first ever one-night stand. And so I end up sleeping with George. In the morning, we have a chat, and interestingly, George has only recently come out, and he's my first, and I'm his first. Don't know if you get that, do you? It's amazing. And then we sort of talk about how we had all these expectations, and how I thought, oh, this is going to be a bit weird and a bit gross, and I'm a rebel and being adventurous. And it wasn't like that at all. It wasn't disappointing in any way, but it wasn't like that at all. It didn't live up to any expectations. It was just sex. It was just as much fun as sex is. It was just as awkward as sex is. It was just like ordinary sex. So in a way, I got my wish.